Good news, Jamaica, breaking news, The police just cut down 2 persons who alleged to be involved with the mass shooting that took place in Linstead a couple days back that took the life of 5 persons, injured 9. One of the persons who was unalive was a 4-year-old child. Heartless, apathetic individuals. And I am so happy that today we, in relation to the security of our nation, we have put an exclamation mark in relation to these persons, these gangs, bad men, who think them can come in and take a poor innocent life just so and them walk free and reap the benefit. You will meet the judge or the maker. But honestly, this is my belief, subjective opinion. I believe that for me to the maker, means an Old Testament type of guy. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You take a life, your life's supposed to be eradicated. In other words, I do not like criminals. Do not like gunmen. Do not like person who thinks that them can just come and take away people's life. Just like that. Innocent people. Destroy family. I do not like it, so I believe that he should meet in the maker. That is my subjective opinion. Any man who kill a next man, that should be the case. But as I said, I am a Old Testament type of man. Trust me. Because when I read this and hear the casualty, especially that 4-year-old baby, trust me, tears come on my eye. Because which man would have be so heartless? If you know, say, yo, you have a little baby this one, you just got to spray a gunshot regardless. Tell me if you deserve to breathe here. And then you have these persons who harbor these persons, these individuals, knowing that this is what they are doing. Taking 4-year-old life. Nonsense. And also Jamaica, this born informer culture has contributed a lot in relation to crime and violence in our society. Like why? If you see a man, I take a life, innocent life, left, right and center, and if you turn a blind eye, it's only a matter of time that mother sucker will take away my life or take away persons who me care daily about life. Think about it. As something will happen over and over again. It's just a matter of time until him come to you. You see, so let's eradicate them so we can have a very safe society. Get rid of them. Tell the police what you know. Tell them so them can either meet the judge or the maker. Period. Have a listen, Jamaica.
On Sunday, 5 people were murdered after armed men dressed in police attire approached a group of people at a shop in the community and opened gunfire. At least 4 others were injured in the mass shooting. The police are now reporting that arising from their investigations into the mass murder, 2 suspects are dead. They were killed in separate incidents on Thursday. The first incident occurred sometime after 5 a.m. when a joint police-military team conducted an intelligence-led operation at Jewel's Estate in Bog Walk, St. Catherine. It's understood that upon arriving at the location, the team was confronted by an armed man who pointed his rifle in the direction of the officers. The lawmen opened fire and the man was later pronounced dead. Thereafter, an M16 rifle along with a magazine and ammunition were seized. Later in the morning, a second suspect was cut down in Grange Lane, St. Catherine. The police reportedly attempted to stop a vehicle in which several men were traveling. It's reported the men alighted from the vehicle and opened gunfire at the police. The lawmen reportedly returned fire. Thereafter, a man was found suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced dead. A pistol was seized from the man's body. The 2 incidents have been reported to the Independent Commission of Investigations INDECOM. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is urging members of the public to share information that can assist in the investigation of these and other incidents. It says persons may contact Crime Stop at 311, the NIP tip line at 811, or the nearest police station. Khaleesi Wright for Nationwide News.
Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 5. Right, we are in the community of Commodore in the Linstead police area. A very unfortunate and I might say a very awful scene where 9 persons were shot, 5 persons have so far confirmed dead, and we are here trying to put together, the pieces to determine what really triggered such an awful situation. The community of Linstead has been doing pretty well since this year. Last year, this time, they were seeing something like 20-odd murders compared to just 8 murders up to this point until we have this very unfortunate situation. The indicators so far are suggesting that this might be a continuation of gang conflict, which comes as a surprise to us because really and truly this area has been quiet for a while. And so now we have all our senior investigators, we have several senior officers who are on scene. We're trying to quickly, ensure that we have a strong response to the situation here. Unfortunately, in the numbers, we have a 4-year-old who, was brutally killed earlier. We are disturbed by what happened. The community is in shock, and so we are going to be providing the kind of leadership and resources that will bring a speedy resolve to this situation. Well, we confirmed that we have 6 males and 3 females who were impacted, and as I indicated, 2 females died and 3 males died from the fire. It started along the roadway into a yard along Commodore. Sometime about 8:45 thereabout. It was reported that several men came down the road, rushed in the yard, and pretending to be police officers. In fact, it was said that they were dressed. Some of the men were dressed in police looking vests, which is pretty concerning for us as investigators at this time, because it doesn't represent the kind of operations of the police. Well, it's what we would refer to as a big yard kind of setting, several houses within the confined space. Really a family setting. Most persons were enjoying their Sunday afternoon. The interesting thing is that it's not a yard that is strange to the police, because we've had reasons before to visit that location on numerous occasions. So we're aware, of some of the long-standing issues and challenges that were impacting that particular family. This police zone, last year this time we had something in the region of 20-odd murders and just 8 murders up to this point. Linstead space in particular was just seeing 4 murders up to this point. So as I said before, Linstead was doing pretty well, and so this really comes as a shocker to us.